His mother died 4 hours after he was born, so Milton Lee Olive III, nicknamed Skipper, never knew her. Everything in his life after that moment was borrowed time. And on October 22, 1965, he chose to give that borrowed time to 4 other men. Milton Lee Olive was born on November 7, 1946 in Chicago, Illinois. His mother, Clara, didn't survive the delivery. His father raised him, but young Milton spent years moving between Chicago's South Side and his grandparents' farm in Lexington, Mississippi, moving between two worlds, never fully belonging to either. His family called him Skipper. In 1964, at just 17 years old, Milton participated in the Mississippi Freedom Summer voter registration campaign. This was the same summer James Chaney, Andrew Goodman, and then Michael Schwerner were murdered for doing the same work. It was the same summer Emmett Till's murder was still fresh in Mississippi's racial memory. It was dangerous. His father was terrified. So his father gave him a choice: return to school, get a job, or join the military. Milton chose to enlist in the U.S. Army on his 18th birthday. Within months, according to the Congressional Medal of Honor Society, he was on his way to Vietnam as a private first class with the 173rd Airborne Brigade, the Sky Soldiers. He was 18 years old. By all accounts, he was quiet, rarely cursed. His fellow soldiers nicknamed him Preacher. By October 22, 1965, Milton had become a hardened combat veteran, but he was still just 18, barely an adult. Still just a kid. That day, and according to his Medal of Honor citation, Milton's platoon was moving through the jungle near Phu Cuong, searching for Viet Cong forces. Heavy enemy gunfire pinned them down, but they returned fire, assaulted the position, and the enemy retreated. Milton's platoon pursued. Then it happened. As Milton and 4 other soldiers, including his platoon commander, Lieutenant Jimmy Stanford, moved through the dense jungle, a Viet Cong grenade landed in their midst. According to eyewitness accounts, Milton shouted, "Look out, Lieutenant! Grenade!" And then, without hesitation, without thinking about anything except saving the men next to him, Milton threw his body on top of that grenade. The blast killed him instantly. He was 18 years old, 16 days before his 19th birthday. His platoon commander later said, "And then I need you to hear this. It was the most incredible display of selfless bravery I ever witnessed." According to Chicago veterans, one of the men Milton saved is still alive. Still alive. Still carries the weight of being saved by an 18-year-old kid who knew he wouldn't survive the decision he made in a split second. On October 21, 1966, exactly 1 year and 16 days after he died, Milton Lee Olive III was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. President Lyndon B. Johnson presented it to Milton's father and stepmother at the White House. Milton became the first African American to receive the Medal of Honor for action in the Vietnam War. According to the Congressional Medal of Honor Society, there would be 22 total African American Medal of Honor recipients from Vietnam out of 259 total. But Milton was first. Milton was the one who set the standard. His platoon commander, the man he saved, eventually changed. According to accounts, he went from being someone uncomfortable serving in an integrated military to a man transformed. "A day doesn't go by that I don't think about him," Stanford said decades later. "Milton Olive changed me. I made a vow never to forget him." In 1966, the same year Milton received his Medal of Honor, Milton Lee Olive Park was dedicated in Chicago, designed by architect Dan Kiley. Later, Olive Harvey College was named after Milton and another Medal of Honor recipient, Carmel Vernon Harvey Jr. In 2007, Mississippi erected a historical marker in his honor in Lexington. But most Americans don't know his name. Most people don't know that an 18-year-old boy from Chicago's South Side, who never even knew his mother, chose to die so 4 other men could live. That's not luck. That's not accident. That's character. That's the definition of sacrifice. President Harry Truman once said he would far rather have won the Medal of Honor than have been president. When you understand what Milton Lee Olive did at 18 in 1 second, making a decision that changed history, you understand why. This Black History Month, remember Milton Lee Olive III, the teenager who had nothing to give but his life, and gave it willingly. His platoon commander said, "Milton Olive changed me. That's legacy. That's immortality. Like this, share this, follow. Not because some names deserve to be remembered." And Milton Lee Olive III is one of them. Rest in eternal glory, Skipper. Your sacrifice will never be forgotten.